Yes, I am aware. Also, I know this is a slightly Genshin back-to-back video kind of a situation that we got going on, but it is what it is. Plus, I've been wanting to talk about this for a fat little minute because it's really starting to rear its head now. And yeah, I just really want to discuss it because it actually genuinely annoys me after just completing, I guess, the main part of the Latern Rite stuff. So, obviously, for a little while now, we had a situation where the English VAs weren't necessarily able to do any type of voice work for Genshin, mainly because of the whole Formosa studios basically trying to be like, hey, we got some AI stuff that we kind of want to do, so F you guys. And that's essentially how the situation has been going. And because of that, no new voice lines for basically majority of the cast of characters, right? Thankfully, it didn't affect the entirety of Natland to a terrible degree, but it affected it in parts. And, you know, obviously playing this Latern, right, where majority of the cast is not there voiced, it affected it in a pretty bad way. Where I've seen people say they're giving up on the game, or they're just skipping this Latern, right? Which is a shame, because this might be one of the more important Latern Rites I think we've ever really seen and came across. Which, yeah, the video is obviously spoiling like the Latern Rite event right now on screen as you're probably watching, but still nonetheless, it just goes to show you how important this one was. And it kind of brought out characters that I didn't think was going to get lines anytime soon. Like, Chi-Chi had lines, and you mean tell me we can't hear her damn voice? I'm mad about that. And obviously, Hu Tao kind of going crazy in this damn one. So, again, another thing where I'm like, I'm pretty damn mad. You know, and easily somebody can say, we'll switch to a different language. And I did. I switched it to Japanese. And guess what? I hated it. Not because the Japanese did a bad job or anything, but it's like, damn, I would really like to hear this in the native language that I am basically speaking right now. That is the whole dang point. And yes, I am very much aware, to get this out the way before anybody try to comment on this, yes, I understand very much this is not on Hoyoverse's fault. This is not on the English VA's fault. But when it comes down to it, it comes down to Formosa being a bitch. And when it comes down to the rest of it, that doesn't necessarily mean I can't necessarily get angry or feel a bit of frustration because the damn quest wasn't voice acted, or any other quest wasn't voice acted in any regard. It genuinely sucks. And we also know that Genshin doesn't like to, you know, replay certain quests at all, and replay events ever. So when it comes down to it, you can't necessarily just go back and then watch it, you know? Once it's gone forever, and it's a damn shame, and it's something that Genshin really should have go ahead and just, you know, make that a priority to replay old ass quests. Doesn't matter how old it is, just to make it possible. And honestly, after just kind of, again, going through the majority of this quest, this makes me realize just how annoying this whole strike situation has been. You know, and obviously, again, it's not on the voice actor's fault. That being said, I'm not gonna sit here and glaze every single voice actor ever, mainly, you know, because we've seen terrible voice actors being terrible people at times. Not that Genshin has that problem, outside like maybe 2 or 3, but when it comes down to it though, it's like, yeah, it hurts not having them here, and it's definitely just showing its ugly head about it. Again, when you're not necessarily seeing people being really that excited about, you know, this whole Latern Rite situation. And it's not even just Latern Rite, but even the special programs. Now, I know a lot of people don't necessarily mind the special programs with the 2, you know, localizers that's been doing it, but I'm not gonna lie, and this is a hot take, and probably the only take that I'll probably have that's gonna go against everybody, but I don't want to see these 2. I don't want to see the 2 localizers do the whole special program thing. I liked it where it was before. Yeah, it was a lot of fluff and shit, sure, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. If we can get that back going in working order, I'm here for it, 100%. It just, again, I really hate the fact that the one damn thing I very much enjoy is pretty much impacted for bullshit ass reasons. I'll just keep it very much a stack. Like, I'll keep it also another stack with you. If I knew Japanese and understood the language very well, maybe I wouldn't have that much of a problem with having it on the Japanese dub, and I could just listen to the voices and easily put 2 and 2 together. But because I'm just still in the early phases of learning Japanese and don't really know how to put a damn sentence together, it's not necessarily something I would want to have mainly for my main part of the game, right? Because that means I have to focus hard on the reading part and trying to put two and two together of what's going on and all that sort of stuff. And there's very easily moments where I miss details because I'm trying to focus on the subtitles. And that's the one thing I don't really like about watching anime in sub, even though I do it most of the time because, you know, we have reasons for that. But when it comes down to it though, it is just a nuisance and a half. Because if it was in our own native English language, I could just look at the whole screen, and sure, I'm still going to look at the subtitles, but at the same time, I don't have to try as hard looking at the subtitles and reading it, because I already know what's it going to say, because I can hear what is, you know, being played out through the screen. So easily, that also is like a major help. And it's not even just like the game, obviously, or the special program, but it's also been like the whole, like, character demos and character teasers and the whole explaining of the character's skill and all that type of stuff when those videos come out for new characters. And that's been really hard to focus on because, you know, I don't really process all the information like that, right? Same thing with like you having, you know, certain characters that you only heard once in one patch, like Ian-san, who hasn't come back in the future patches at all because of the whole VA situation. It's egregious. This whole damn thing is egregious. The only good part is that we're finally maybe sort of getting out of the woodworks, but who the hell knows when things are starting to get, you know, pick up pace and things gonna be fine. But they did say that, you know, they signed over to a new studio, I think Side Studio, to do the more of the voice work and get like people over there to sign contracts or whatever to get them back on board. But still, the damage has definitely been done, and it definitely sucks. And again, it's on the damn studio previously, Formosa, that was on some nonsense. And it is a bit ridiculous that it went through this length and we have to go through this as a consumer and player to kind of just not have what we need to kind of get us in the immersion that we need to, you know, kind of have these stories go off where it needs to go. Because again, this is one of those quests where it's like, oh, this is pretty damn important. This is pretty damn, like, actually kind of big right now. Why the hell is this not voiced at all? Like, we know why, but it's like, this really should have been voiced, you know? And the fact that it won't ever be voiced is such a kick in the ass, dude. It genuinely is. And then it makes me scared for, hell, more future, like, quests and, you know, big important moments, because it's like, alright, sure, getting the VA signed over, but how long is it going to take for them to start going back to work and going back to recording and stuff, right? And that's a whole nother thing we don't know. And then they got to play catch up with like all the other stuff from the past that you obviously, if you haven't done like the quest, you know, they can pretty much voice those things and all that type of stuff. So it's kind of like playing the quest again or like watching it on YouTube again would be like a different experience because, you know, voice work and all that stuff was added back to it and all that type of stuff. Like, we could have been used this like on the Archon quest of like the beginning of this patch, and it really sucks it wasn't there. But it's even more painfully obvious that, yeah, it really is bad here and we didn't get it at all. So it genuinely sucks. Also, I just want to say this real quick, is that it's shitty that the inside don't have what it needs, yet every other language that Genshin is available in has exactly what it needs, and it doesn't go through these type of problems. Only bitch ass America gotta make this shit happen. Only bitch ass Formosa gotta go ahead and make that shit be the reality that we're kind of in right now, and it sucks dick. I'm mad. I'm just mad. And then another thing that makes me mad is also like, oh, we're getting slice of life moments of different characters in like the next patch, and that's also like an event, and Chi-Chi's getting more voice lines and I can't hear my queen? I'm angry. I'm angry and upset. I'm upset and angry. Someone's gonna get their ass beat, and it's sure as hell gonna be Formosa, for sure. But that's really just the point of it. Really, I just wanted to voice this displeasure because this has been a frustrating ass experience. And really, when it comes to bigger content creators of Genshin that, you know, make videos of the game constantly, they never really voice their displeasure about, you know, the situation. and all that type of stuff for whatever reason. So I feel like just putting it out there because I'm effing mad. Not at the VAs again, not at Hoyo, but at bitch ass Formosa. I think it's valid to feel that way of frustration because just keeping bottled in is basically some nonsense, some BS as well. And I don't necessarily think criticism should be held back when something has happened that you really don't like. Like how Hu Tao was talking mad shit about her dad in this damn quest. Like, damn, you're on Yuffie timing. Calm down. It's okay. He made a mistake. Just calm your whole tits that you don't have, Hu Tao. It's gonna be fine. But that's essentially all I really want to say for this one. I know it's late as hell, but I just really want to talk about this. Plus, I was kind of thinking about doing this the whole day, but I had to get my braids done because my hair is long as hell. But that's really all I want to say again. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on socials, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Cash App is available as well. Also, thrown gifts. I put food on there because your boy is mad hungry for certain things and new things. And I think there's like some overseas chips over there and, you know, like bakery food over there on there too. So if you'd like to go and just get me that, I'd be happy. But that's essentially all I gotta say. And again, until then, it's boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.